Eli Whitney, inventor. By the late 1700s, Americans had already shown the world that they were an inventive people. After all, they had invented a brand new kind of government. During colonial times, Americans had shown quite a knack for inventing. Even Benjamin Franklin had found time to invent many different things, including a new kind of heating stove and bifocals, glasses that used one kind of lens for the lower halves and another kind for the upper halves. In 1765, 10 years before the American Revolution began, one of this nation's most important inventors was born on a farm near Westborough, Massachusetts. He was Eli Whitney, the son of Eli and Elizabeth Whitney. From an early age, Eli was interested in mechanical things. When he was 8, he took apart his father's watch and put it back together in perfect running order. Another time, he examined a violin and then made his own violin. It proved to be a good instrument. Young Eli spent much of his time in his father's workshop, fixing anything that needed repair. Realizing that Eli did his best work in the shop, his father let him tinker there, while his younger brothers did all the farm chores. "You are a real handy man," Eli's father told him. While working in his father's shop one day during the American Revolution, Eli thought of a way he could make money for the family. Because of the war, Americans could no longer get manufactured goods from England. Simple things such as nails were scarce and sold at high prices. Eli told his father that if he had a blacksmith's forge, he could make nails. His father supplied one, and soon Eli was turning out nails and special tools that the farmers needed. After the war was over, Americans went back to buying their manufactured goods from England, and Eli's business suffered. Although he had little money, Eli decided he must go to college. He worked hard and saved his money so he could afford a college education. Finally, in 1789, the same year that George Washington became the first president of the United States, Eli entered Yale College in New Haven, Connecticut. When Eli graduated from college in 1792, he was offered a teaching job in Georgia. While traveling by boat to Savannah, Georgia, he met Mrs. Nathaniel Greene, the widow of a great Revolutionary War general. Mrs. Greene was returning to her plantation in Georgia along with Phineas Miller, who ran the plantation. Soon the three were good friends. When they got to Savannah, Eli Whitney learned that the teaching job that had been promised to him had been given to another teacher. He was without a job and was a long way from home. Mrs. Greene invited Eli to be a guest at her comfortable Georgia plantation. Eli gladly accepted her generous offer. During his stay at the plantation, Eli tried to think of ways to thank Mrs. Greene for being so kind. He made her a pair of embroidery hoops. He mended the children's toys and made many other clever repairs. "Mr. Whitney," Mrs. Greene said, "you are a mechanical genius." "Just a handyman," he replied. One evening, some neighboring plantation owners visited Mrs. Greene. "We must think of a crop we can grow, or we will lose our plantations," they said. "We could grow upland cotton," one of them said. "Impossible," another replied. "It takes too long to pick the green sticky seeds out of the cotton by hand, and no gin can be made that will seed it." "Mr. Whitney could invent one," Mrs. Greene remarked. "What is a gin?" Eli asked. "Gin is short for engine," he was told. Eli went to work on the problem. "I could invent a machine with fine teeth that will pull the sticky green seeds from the cotton," he thought. He told Phineas Miller of his plan. Phineas raised money for the venture, and the two men became business partners. When the machine was finished, Mrs. Greene invited her planter friends to watch a demonstration. Eli's cotton gin worked. Many orders came in for the new gins, and soon everyone was planting vast fields of cotton and buying slaves to work on their great plantations. But there was trouble ahead. Even though Eli took out a government patent to protect his invention, the machine was easy for others to copy and build. Soon Eli was spending as much time in legal battles and in trying to get business loans as he was in building and improving his cotton gin. The cotton gin was of great importance to the South because it gave the Southern planters a crop they could sell at a great profit. But Eli Whitney and Phineas Miller made little profit from the cotton gin. In 1798, Eli Whitney returned to Connecticut and looked for something new to invent. Once again, Europe had become a battleground. The United States was faced with a possible war with France. Whitney knew the government needed muskets but could not buy them from Europe. Although he had never made a musket, he wrote to the government stating that he could make and deliver up to 15,000 muskets if he had a contract and an advance of money. The United States government was desperate to have the muskets and accepted his offer. Up to that time, each musket had been made by craftsmen who had fitted each part of the gun by hand. Whitney built machines that would make each part exactly the same every time. That meant that each part of each musket would fit on every other musket. All of the musket parts were interchangeable. The muskets could be produced in great numbers in factories. Eli Whitney had invented the idea of mass production. Within a few years, Whitney's factory was turning out great numbers of good muskets, and other businesses were beginning to use Whitney's system to manufacture many other kinds of things. Eli Whitney's cotton gin had made the South a prosperous section of the country, but it had also given the idea of slavery new life, and his use of interchangeable parts in manufacturing revolutionized the industry of the North. Eli Whitney did not know it, but his inventions helped set the stage for the bloody clash between North and South, the Civil War.